Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jakob Wilson. Dr. Lowry just talked about essentially, ketones and why they're important, the different types of ketones, and why Pruvit is the only company that actually has the key, the molecular signal that your body can take up and utilize, right? And when your body uses ketones, it uses them for a number of different reasons. And one of the things I have a big passion about is ketones and muscle, right? Ketones play a big role in skeletal muscle health, skeletal muscle preservation, and skeletal muscle performance, right? So the thing to understand is when we think about muscle is really important for a lot of things. It's important for our metabolisms. So you notice how some people are able to burn more calories at rest than others. That's muscle. Also notice that sometimes when people diet down, their metabolisms go down. Why, when you lose weight, does your metabolism go down? Because you lose muscle. Well, it turns out that ketones actually protect muscle. So ketones are what we call anabolic. They help muscle build up and they stop muscle from being broken down. Ketones are muscle preservers and they help you actually build muscle. The next thing I want to talk about, in essence, is performance, right? We have a number of different types of performance. We have endurance performance, we have strength performance, and we have power performance, right? Now, one of the first studies done that was actually on performance was in ketones was done actually a few years ago. And what they looked at was the different types of fuels that your muscle could use and that your brain could use, right? And scientists gave ketones to cyclists, elite cyclists, right? And they measured their performance, how fast they went, right? What types of fuels that they use. And when they gave carbohydrates and ketones, guess what they found? The body selected out ketones first over the carbohydrates. So it seems like your body actually has a preference when you try and perform an activity for ketones over actual carbohydrates. Now, on top of that, they found that cycling performance went up over glucose alone. So that's very important to understand, that this is actually driving performance, it's improving performance. What about strength or power, right? Well, think about your brain and think about your muscles, okay? So your brain sends a signal to the muscle to contract, and it contracts rapidly. So you need to be able to send a huge signal to your muscles to contract. Well, ketones, when you look at brain function, your brain prefers using ketones over glucose again. So it's a preferred fuel for the brain. So what happens is your brain lights up, you take ketones, and that actually makes you stronger and more powerful. So athletes can jump higher, they can lift more total weight. And so when you go to the gym or you're training, you perform better. But the thing about performance is it's not just a workout thing, it's not just for athletes. When you're looking at the grandfather who wants to play with their grandchildren, right? That's performance. When they're lifting the kid up in the air, when they're running after them, that's speed, that's power, that's performance. Or for example, if someone gets older and they just want to take their groceries to their car, right? When someone gets older, that becomes harder, right? That's strength, that's power, that's performance, and ketones can help each of those areas, okay? But the thing to understand, like Dr. Lowry said, is that not all ketones are created equal, okay? Right? Again, think about the right hand and the left hand, right? So the main ketones that your body can actually use, the only company that has that is Pruvit, right? So that molecular signal, that fuel source, Pruvit's the only company that has the patented technology to actually use that. So again, think about this for a second. Ketones are super important for performance. They're super important for preserving muscle mass, and they're super important for elevating endurance, power, and strength. So thanks so much. See you guys next time.